I was, and you know what? I think it's unsafe for you to have an animal that's can overpower you. That's just as a general rule. And currently I'm listening to the Mike Tyson biography, Undisputed Truth, which is really good.
Does he narrate it?
No.
Okay.
It'd be a little hard to focus. I mean, it might still be good if you're a fan, but
it's some highfalutin British guy.
Second chapter.
Second chapter. It would, and it's really interesting because the part where he talks about his tigers, like who the fuck? Why would you ever want a tiger around? Well, because he was doing a lot of cocaine at the time.
Sure.
So of course you would want a tiger around. And around is an interesting coincidence. Right around the time that I started that part of the book, I was watching the Siegfried and Roy documentary. You guys seen The Dark Side of the 2000s, The Dark Side of the 90s, The Dark Side of Comedy. I think we've talked about that. Recently added on HBO Max, Dark Side of, or is it Hulu? I think Hulu. But Dark Side of the 2000s, and they explore the Siegfried and Roy tragedy, I guess you could say. And they point out what a fucking wacky show that is. Just to have tigers right there, no fences, nothing. Like the tiger could literally go out and murder everybody in the audience.
They have like a chain, right, for decoration.
Oh, like a gold chain or something.
Yeah.
Like in Vegas Vacation, they were chained down, right? That was probably just for production.
That was just for Chevy Chase's rider.
Yeah, he complained.
Yeah.
This thing gets close to me, I'm punching it.
Have y'all ever seen the movie Roar?
No, it's not.
Oh,
about.
man, you have to see this. It's amazing.
It's like, it's this old, it's like from the 70s, right? It's this old movie. Who's in it?
Well, it was supposed to be released kind of like as a family-friendly, like kind of almost like a...
It's like pro-lion.
Yeah, the family, like Swiss Family Robinson kind of thing.
Yeah.
Pro-lion.
And it's supposed to be like, lions are so cute and
it's
great. Don't be upset.
It's Melanie
Griffith.
And her mom, Tippi Hedren, and her dad, who was this giant, like, big cat collector guy.
From the Japanese poster.
Yeah. Because it was banned in the U.S. And
That's
so it had to
basically what
go,
happened.
they made it and they couldn't, like, they had to put it out in the rest of the country because even though it's supposed to be like this, like, family little friendly thing, it is a horror movie.
It is so scary.
Is it like Beast?
Yeah, they had so many big cats
Kinda.
that they had, like, taken from, like, Big Cat Reserves or whatever to fill up the movie's cast of things. And then, like,
there was no CGI though.
It's real lions.
It's literally like I think there's literally like 350 lions and tigers on the set at any given time. And there's like what's so crazy is eventually the lions just all once they scratch somebody and they start bleeding, they're like, "Oh wait, your food." Yeah.
That's Melanie Griffith right there.
And
no.
They had like the DP or somebody who was big on this, like on the set, had his entire scalp. Like he was scalped by one of the lions and it was like stapled to like keep it going. And they just didn't release it in the U.S. But it did come out.
I remember hearing about this. Yeah.
But there's this whole sequence where like all the lions get into the house, and the editing is so weird because like the family has to go hide from them in like various
They're trying to be like
closets or whatever.
It's hide and seek and ha ha ha.
Yeah.
But it's like.
It's like, yeah, it's
that's right after he cuts his arm.
Oh, no.
And so they're all,
yeah. And then there's like 3 times as many lions
the beginning
outside.
of the movie.
And they're all having to like hide in cupboards and stuff. And what they've done for the movie to try to like lighten it up is like play like
Like that's all about the music, right?
yeah. And they're all like running for their lives. Their actors have like expressions of fear on their faces
The whole time. It's wild.
So is there an actual plot, or is this more like a quasi
It's
like
whatever
reality
they could kind
thing?
of capture during like this like
You can tell there was like meant to be a plot, and then eventually
They couldn't film it.
yeah.
They couldn't get it together.
It's a wild movie. I wish we could get a chance to like show it at the
That's
Guild or something like that.
crazy.
And
It's
they
like,
just
yeah,
they're
look-
like, hey,
right there.
tigers and
Oh
lions,
my
why not
God.
throw them together?
Yeah, because they were trying to say like, oh, look how beautiful these creatures are, and let's protect
They're
them,
just
and
big kitties.
let's make sure. Yeah, exactly. And then like,
Yeah,
it was
fully.
just like such a mess of a shoot that it was crazy. Do you guys know the conspiracy theory that one of Siegfried and Roy, whichever one, had gotten was replaced by his cousin.
Oh,
and that's why he
okay.
got attacked by the
Really?
tiger or the
It
lion
was
or
a
whatever.
body double.
Yes, that's like the whole idea is like the reason why they didn't have the same trust is because he was a completely different dude.
Well, in that documentary of sorts, they talk about how their story, Siegfried and Roy, is that I think it's Roy was having a medical episode.
Really sick.
Yeah, he had the flu or something.
Yeah, and then the flu. It starts like it starts like a
Tiger's
flu.
like,
Yeah, for
let
sure.
me
Yeah.
grab you around the throat and drag you backstage and puncture your neck.
Yeah.
And
You need to breathe.
you need a third air hole.
Emergency
It looked like
tracheotomy.
But yeah, so that's the conspiracy theory is that like he was sick and he ended up dying, but they had to keep the show going on, and so they replaced him with his cousin, and the cousin never really bonded with the cats, and so then he got attacked.
The tiger's like, you're AI. Ah.
And then there was like the whole, because it was the 80s and the 90s, there was the whole fascination with their ambiguous
Yes.
sexuality. And I guess this documentary said at one time they were kind of a couple, but then it became just more of a working relationship and they were really close, like.
Because he was with his cousin. At that point, got replaced. Working relationship with the cousin.